الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الحمد لله نحمده ونشكره نستعين به جل وعلا نستهديه ونستغفره نعوذ به سبحانه وتعالى من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له إن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله تعالى وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده صدق وعده ونصر عبده وأعز جنده وهزم الأحزاب وحده لا شيء قبله ولا شيء بعده قديم بلا ابتداء أول بلا ابتداء دائم بلا انتهاء لا يفنى ولا يبيد ولا يكون إلا ما يريد لا تبلغه الأوهام ولا تدركه الأفهام ولا يشبه الأنام حي لا يموت قيوم لا ينام وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا وعظيمنا وحبيبنا وقائدنا وشفيعنا وقرة أعيننا محمد صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وسلم أدى الأمانة وبلغ الرسالة ونصح الأمة وكشف الغمة وعبد الله ربه حتى أتاه اليقين. صل اللهم عليه وعلى آله في كل آن وحين، وارض اللهم عن أزواجه وذرياته وأصحابه وأحبابه والتابعين، وعنا معهم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. عباد الله، أنصحكم ونفسي الآثمة بتقوى الله، أحثكم وإياها على طاعته، أحذركم وإياها وبال مخالفته جل وعلا ومعصيته، واستفتح بالذي هو خير. أما بعد، يقول مولانا عز وجل في المحكم بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: وما كان ربك ليهلك القرى بظلم وأهلها مصلحون. Part of an ayah في Surah Hud, where Allah Ta'ala says, وَمَا كَانَ رَبُّكَ لِيُهْلِكَ الْقُرَى بِظُلْمٍ وَأَهْلُهَا مُصْلِحُونَ. Meaning, your Lord would not destroy the cities because of an injustice committed, because of dhulm, lots of injustice. Your Lord would not destroy the cities because of dhulm that's committed, or unjustly, if you want to take the other interpretation, while the people of the village or while the people of the cities are Muslihoon. Your Lord would not destroy the cities because of injustices committed, while the people of the cities are Muslihoon. Muslihoon comes from Islah. Aslah means to fix, to repair something. Something went broke, you fix it. You do Islah of it. So Islah here means in the sense of maybe then reforming, not reformed, not fixed, but fixing things that need to be fixing. Maybe I can use positively contributing for a positive change or positive contribution, as I usually use the word. So let me repeat then the ayah so we can see how Allah Ta'ala puts this, because this ayah, in my view, constitutes one of the laws of Allah. Qanun Rabbani law that Allah Ta'ala runs the world with, through, meaning by, that He created. He makes it the standard upon which the universe is run. وَمَا كَانَ رَبُّكَ لِيُهْلِكَ الْقُرَى بِظُلْمٍ. Your Lord would not destroy, would not cause destruction of cities because of injustices committed, as long as the people of the cities are Muslim, in the state of Islah, in the state of positive contribution. What if they are just reformed themselves? They're not reforming. That doesn't apply. That's not where the ayah applies. Let's talk about the ayahs from a couple of things. First of all, notice the ayah talks about yuhlik. Yuhlik, destruction. Allah does not will for destruction of cities or of the villages because of injustices committed, because of dhulm, while as long as the people in it are muslihun. So number one, destruction. It seems that there's destruction. And the more we live, the more destruction we see. And the more we see people want to destroy rather than build. And you all know, if we're all on a boat, and everyone, I always give that example, and if we're all on a boat and everyone takes a piece of the boat wanting to build his own boat out of it, everybody sinks. Al-Quran al-Kareem is telling us something about this social laws that Allah Ta'ala put. There could be destruction of people, sure. When? Because the people do injustices and dhulm and wrong things? No, people do wrong things all the time. If they do wrong things, yet still, al-ghalib, the majority, there's still a movement towards islah, a movement towards reparation, a movement towards fixing, a movement towards positive contribution, a movement towards fixing that which went wrong, that which was not right, that which was reforming, a reforming movement. If there's islah that comes from salah, and that means something good, then obviously amal salih comes from that as well. Because when we say, Allah Ta'ala says, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا صالحات. Not just amilu. Amilu is not enough. Because you could do amal salih. You think to you it's salih. But it's not really salih, it's actually exactly the opposite. So then from a community of faithful as Muslims, what do we think is salih? Salih to us is that which is consistent within the book, or which came in the book and the sunnah, and the least to say is not inconsistent with it. Well, otherwise, people do many things, they think that they're good with their own rational things. So therefore, that's what Allah Ta'ala describes in the Quran, أَفَرَأَيْتَ مَنِ اتَّخَذَ إِلَهَهُ هَوَاهُ. Do you see those who make their mind and their own reasoning as their own God? That becomes God for them. Whatever their reasoning gives them, they follow. They become the light rather than they following the light. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And in this ummah of ours, as you know, we only have one leader, and that leader is no other than Muhammad ibn Abdullah al-Qurashi al-Hashimi salawatullahi alayhi wa alayhi. I may have told you this before. Somebody in the old days, one of the ulama of the Tariq Usira mentions this, that one man came to one of the grandchildren of the Prophet ﷺ, Sayyidina Ja'far al-Sadiq, allegedly, and he told him, look, I'm doing good. I'm the Robin Hood of the time, basically. What does that mean? I steal from the rich, I give to the poor. He says, but stealing is haram. He says, but I figured it out. He says, how so? He says, stealing is one sin. Doing good thing is 10 rewards. 10 minus 1, I'm up by 9. Reason? He misses the understanding that Allah Ta'ala, إِنَّ اللَّهَ طَيِّبٌ لَا يَقْبَلُ إِلَّا طَيِّبًا. Allah Ta'ala is tayyib. Only accept that which is tayyib, which is pure. Allah Ta'ala does not need your batil to support good causes. Allah Ta'ala does not need you. But haqq never requires batil. Whenever you see people using batil for haqq, know that they are on batil. They have nothing to do with the haqq. It's all about the batil from the get-go. Right. And therefore here when Allah Ta'ala says, وَمَا كَانَ رَبُّكَ لِيُهْلِكَ الْقُرَى بِظُلْمٍ, your Lord would not cause or would not will for destruction of the cities, even if they've committed injustices and oppression and wrong things, as long as what? As long as there is a visible, there is a tangible, there is a measurable movement towards what? Positive contribution and change. But if that movement is no longer there, if society lacks that, if now there's no more people that want to change, everyone says, like the hadith اللي رواه الإمام ابن حبان في صحيحه عن سيدنا أبي بكر الصديق رضي الله عنه. الحديث Abu Bakr رضي الله عنه says to the people, he says, you people are reading, understanding the ayah wrong. لا يضركم من ضل إذا هديتم. That all you who believe, as long as you are guided, it doesn't matter about the others. Whatever happens outside, he says, that's not how it is. He says, the way we understood it at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, if you don't actually do what is Amr bil Ma'ruf Nahy an Munkar, what is commanding the good, forbidding the evil, isn't that positive contribution? You're not supposed to do things wrong, obviously, but you're supposed to what? Be on the right side and try to attempt to do the right thing. He says, if you don't do that, yushikullah an ya'ammahum bi'iqab, Allah Ta'ala will put Allah Ta'ala's punishment will pour onto them. Not just that if you're good, there is no harm whatever happens out there. That's not how it works in Islam. The reason I'm saying this is because we see, especially nowadays, we see destruction everywhere. And like I said today, people are willing to destroy But building is difficult. Destruction is very easy. You light a flame and you destroy a big thing. But come and try to build it. Well, come and try to build it. Come and try to put the effort and the time and the money and all these things, etc., etc. Oh, people always want to take. When it comes to giving, it's a problem. You know how it is. When the beginning of the month comes, everybody wants the check. But come, ya akhi, and do something, and I'm busy. Khair. This kind of taking versus giving, the Quran Karim puts it in a different way. It says that there could be destruction of the cities and of the villages, even if the people are salihun, even if the people are pious and awliya of Allah, if they don't give back. Muslihoon, if they are not positively contributing back to fixing that or attempting to fix that which is wrong. Why am I saying this? Is because lots of people, especially in Muslim majority communities, when I travel, you all know I travel unfortunately a lot. Allah Ta'ala keeps us always safe. And the travel is always adab, punishment. Many people think it's enjoyment to travel. And Abdul Jabbar knows. Ask him. It's not enjoyment to travel. It's the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam characterized it as punishment. It's torture. Anyway. Lots of people you hear, especially now, when you look at the state of the Ummah today, you see from Afghanistan, you see still a mess until today, bloodshed up until today, you see Somalia, bloodshed until today. You see, where do you stop? Where do you stand? I don't know. Don't forgive me if I miss few places. You see Libya, 4 years, nobody talks about it. Every day there are people killed, every single day. You see Iraq, every single day people killed. No, but no more on the news. Not important anymore, More than 1.5 million innocent Iraqi people. You know what happens when big boys play with big toys? Innocent people die. Usually. You see Libya, you see Syria, you see Yemen, you see, still going. Oftentimes, the worst case about all these things is all this massive destructions. Why is it massive destructions? Because you see, it's not easy to build nations. Building a nation is one of the most difficult things and one of the most bright, and all the miracles of the Prophet ﷺ are bright, but one of the most shining miracles of the Prophet ﷺ, and all of them are shining, is that he was able to build a nation within 23 years. Today, which is 9 countries, today where the Prophet ﷺ built that community, constitutes nowadays 9 separate countries. One of the most miracles of Nabi al-A'zam sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is that he was able to build a community out of all these people who were divided much more than we are today. Much more. Don't think that the Sahaba radiallahu anhum were not divided before Islam like we are today, and not more even aggressive, some of them, and more violence that was present. Absolutely more. Allah Ta'ala puts that in the Quran. وَاذْكُرُوا بِسْمِ اللَّهِ الرَّحْمَنِ الرَّحِيمِ وَاذْكُرُوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ إِذْ كُنْتُمْ أَعْدَاءً فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ. Remember the endowment, the ni'mah of Allah on you. You were enemies of each other, fighting each other, meaning killing each other. And then Allah says, فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ. He brought your hearts together because of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He brought your hearts together because of the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam after the Quran. فَأَلَّفَ بَيْنَ قُلُوبِكُمْ. What happened? فَأَصْبَحْتُمْ بِنِعْمَتِهِ إِخْوَانًا. Now you became brothers because of the ni'mah of Allah, versus you were enemies just a little bit before. وَكُنْتُمْ عَلَى شَفَى حُفْرَةٍ مِنَ النَّارِ. And you were on the verge of jumping into hellfire. Allah removed you from it, took you away from that jumping by that ni'mah of Islam and by that ni'mah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that came and took you out of that. You're jumping, you're throwing yourself in the hellfire. This, sometimes when you see people in different countries, especially Muslim majority countries, say, how come all these leaders we have, I'm just telling you what I heard, I'm not making a statement. This guy, I have to put disclaimers. How come all these leaders are all corrupt? They're all oppressive, they're all tyrants. they're all thieves. They're all, I mean, that's somewhat people say. Oh, how come, how come they're only the Muslim ones? You look at, every place they say every place there's a Hajjaj. Huh? Yeah, a Hajjaj was a symbol of tyranny. Symbol of tyranny, Hajjaj. How come in other places there isn't? How come people who don't have any iman and have shirk, in fact, and have kufr according to our view, and shirk with Allah Ta'ala wa billah, but they're okay, you can sleep. One of the people told me, look, I can, if I sleep here in these countries, I don't know what happens tomorrow. If I wake up and someone will come and do something to me, someone will take me to this, someone will hurt me because of a competition in business or a competition in politics, or because of a religious opinion or a political opinion or an economic opinion. I don't know what will happen. Someone will kidnap me, I don't know. But I can't sleep safe. But I go and sleep safe in these places where, there's no Muslims really. No problem. No, there's law. In these countries, the US, Canada, the UK, France, Germany, says, no problem. Sweden, I go and sleep, no problem. I know that if I wake up in the morning, there are laws that protect me. There are people who have, people enjoy their freedoms, people enjoy certain levels. It's not obviously the application of law. Nothing is perfect, but much better than what we have. And here we're saying we are Muslims. What's going on? What's happening here? طبعا Al-Quran Kareem from this ayah is answering this kind of question. The answer is Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim وَمَا كَانَ رَبُّكَ لِيُهْلِكَ الْقُرَى بِظُلْمٍ وَأَهْلُهَا مُصْلِحُونَ. Your Lord would not cause the destruction of cities because of dhulm, as long as its people are muslihun, are positively contributing. Who made that Hajjaj? You made it. People who made that tyrant, who allowed all these things. It's one thing to be salih, it's another to be muslih. Al-Quran stipulates to be muslih, meaning you have to give back. There has to be positive contribution back. You just cannot be just take. You have to give back. And if you're just reformed in and of yourself and you're not reforming, Al-Quran does not put anything to that. And that's why hadith Imam al-Bukhari Muslim in his Sahih on the authority of our mother Zainab bin Jahsh radiyallahu ta'ala anha wa arda, Ummul Zainab, the wife of the Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, she said, Qultu ya Rasulullah. She's asking, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is telling them about the Day of Judgment. Zainab was an older lady and very known to be very, very scholarly thinking, all these things. She says, Qultu ya Rasulullah, أَنَهْلَكُ وَفِينَا الصَّالِحُونَ. Will we be nahlak? Will we be destroyed? Will Allah permit the destruction of us? She's talking about herself and her community. وَفِينَا الصَّالِحُونَ. And amongst us are pious people, salihun, awliya of Allah. I mean, if Zainab bin Jahsh is not among the awliya of Allah, who is? If the honorable wife of the Prophet ﷺ is not among the highest level of awliya, who is then? Right? So she says, Ya Rasulullah, will we be destroyed? And amongst us, وَفِينَا الصَّالِحُونَ. And amongst us are good people, pious people, saints, awliya of Allah. Will we be destroyed? قَالَ نَعَمْ إِذَا كَثُرَ الْخَبَثِ. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, indeed, yes, if evil surpasses the good. Sure. Even if it's people who are good. Even if they're people who are awliya of Allah, and they are saints of Allah, and they are praying, and they are transparent with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and all these things, of course. You see, Al-Quran came before that, gave you first a warning shot. It says, look, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَلَا تَرْكَنُوا إِلَى الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا قَدْ مَسَّكُمُ النَّارِ. This ayah means, also في Hud, لَا تَرْكَنُوا means don't lean towards the side of those who do dhulm. Don't lean. You see about taking sides? Don't lean. وَلَا تَرْكَنُوا إِلَى الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا. Don't lean and take comfort with those who do injustices. Allah says, فَتَمَسَّكُمُ النَّارِ. For fire will touch you. You lean, fire will touch you. That's if you lean. Now imagine when people saying, how come we don't have justice? How come everybody is a thief? Everybody is a tyrant? Everybody is an oppressor? Everybody is a dictator? All these people who are ruling the Muslim countries and all these things. People say these things. I'm just saying. There's always good and bad everywhere. Like they say, how come these things are that? Well, wait a minute. What did you do? What did you do? The ayah tells us something important. It tells us here, وَمَا كَانَ رَبُّكَ لِيُهْلِكَ الْقُرَى بِظُلْمٍ وَأَهْلُهَا مُصْلِحُونَ. Your Lord would not cause the destruction of cities as long as the people of it is reforming. What does that tell you? Your Lord would not destroy cities so long the people of it are positively contributing or reforming. What does it tell you? It tells you that positive contribution can never lead to dhulm. They're opposite. Your Lord would not destroy a village or villages because of dhulm while the people are doing islah. It means movements of reform cannot use dhulm, or the means to reform cannot be injustice. The means to construction cannot be destruction. That's what I'm trying to say. The means to build cannot be to destroy first. And that's when you see all these, you've heard about obviously we're talking about the Arab Spring, what they call the Arab Spring. I know I've called it the Arab Fall for the past 6-7 years. There's nothing springy about it. Make no mistake. The only spring is to destruct. It's a total destruction in the name of construction. And unfortunately also, not only that, in the name of freedom and democracy and all these things. And you see things have only gotten worse, not better. Not only gotten worse on these kinds of fields, but also the people's accomplishment and the people and the nation building that was happening for 100 years, more than that, is all entirely wiped out. In the name of what? Everybody is still puzzled. They don't know what it is because they still haven't woken up yet. And therefore, as if the ayah is telling us that the means to islah can never yield dhulm. وَمَا كَانَ رَبُّكَ لِيُهْلِكَ الْقُرَى بِظُلْمٍ وَأَهْلُهَا مُصْلِحُونَ. The way to do good, the way to do contribution, the way to reform can never be through evil means, through bloodshed, through destruction. Life is not gained through death. Destruction is easy, as I always say. But come and try to build. Where are you going to get the people to build? Everybody will shout the slogans. We've seen it before. But it is, Al-Quran Kareem is telling us in this ayah, as long as the people of any community, of any city, of any village, wanting and are trying continuously to do islah, to do reform, Allah will not destroy that village. Even if there's dhulm in it. As long as people are willing to actually do good and positively contribute and try to change the status quo. How so? Through what? Through, as in Hadith Abu Sa'id Khudri fi Sahih Muslim, as you all know, in your hand, if your hand means destruction or evil, then you stop. Then in your mouth, what if your mouth then also causes mayhem, causes problems, causes fitnas, causes issues? Then with your heart. But you must do something, even with your heart, your niyyah of your heart and your talk of the heart and the self-talk and the intentions. You have to do something. And Islam, as if Islam tells you, or the ayah is telling you, you don't have the luxury to sit and be idle and not positively contribute. Absolutely not. Otherwise, if that happens and becomes a major phenomenon in society, then that's the time when destruction will come. Even if there are good people in that society. So that's why when we see these countries say, how come in these Muslim countries there's corruption, there's bribery all the time, and everybody puts, the Islamic Republic of whatever. One, the Islamic Society of whatever. The other one is ruling according to the Sunnah. One is ruling according to Ahlul Bayt. One is ruling according to I don't know what. Everybody is invoking the name of Islam. Sometimes you try to find where Islam is in all these claims. The reason for that is because they say, so where is it? How come there's all corruption and fasad and bribery and and all these things there, while these other people who don't have any Islam or anything, they're living in a good way. How come? You see, because we've mixed two things. We've mixed two concepts, adl and iman. And oftentimes people think that the mere theoretical iman suffices for, I don't have to do anything anymore. All I have to do is adopt a set of ideas. Bismillah, I live my life. Oh, it doesn't make a difference. I don't have to be, لا يضركم من ضل إذا هديتم. I don't have to worry about the rest, or I don't have to do anything else. Well, that's wrong, you see, because adl, or justice, is actually a kulliya. Kulliya means it's a general thing, a general mission of why Allah sent the Anbiya to start with, and why Allah sent the books to start with. Allah sent the Anbiya, all of them. لقد أرسلنا رسلنا وأنزلنا معهم الكتاب ليقوم الناس بالقسط. Allah said في سورة الحديد. We have, which means we have sent all the messengers and we have revealed all the books for one reason. The ayah says, why? ليقوم الناس بالقسط. So people establish justice. You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded all to establish justice, while He called all to believe. Let me repeat it again. He commanded all to establish justice. Allah says, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُ بِالْعَدْلِ. He did not say بالعدل والإيمان or بالعدل والإسلام. بالعدل والإحسان. But He called all to believe and gave you, in that sense, meaning you believe or you don't believe, the judgment is with Allah. But justice, the judgment is in the dunya. That's why Al-Quran legislates justice or punishment for injustices in the dunya, while the punishment for lack of iman or nifaq or hypocrisy is in the akhirah. And that's why Allah says in the Quran Al-Karim, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَقُلِ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ. Say the haqq is from your Lord. فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ. This is the haqq. Al-Quran is haqq, Al-Sunnah is haqq, Al-Anbiya haqq. Whoever wants to believe, believe. فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. And those who don't want to believe, you don't believe, but then look what He says. إِنَّا أَعْتَدْنَا لِلظَّالِمِينَ نَارًا. We have prepared for the ظالمين punishment. Meaning where? Naran. Nar. In the hereafter. That's when their punishment is. But for justice, their punishment, the Quran legislates punishment in the dunya before the akhirah. As if you deviate from the scale of justice, then the punishment is in the dunya and the akhirah. If you deviate from the scale of iman to nifaq, the punishment is in the akhirah. And that's why Allah Ta'ala commanded all people, regardless, لِيَقُومَ النَّاسُ بِالْقِسْطِ, Allah says. So that النَّاسِ, not الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا only, all people, they need to establish justice. That's why Allah sent the Anbiya. So otherwise people don't kill each other, don't eat the rights of each other, don't subjugate each other, don't do all these things, so that لِيَقُومَ النَّاسُ بِالْقِسْطِ, so that people establish justice. Oftentimes when people ask why we are created, they say لِيَعْبُدُونَ. لِيَعْبُدُونَ is too big of a term, then what is it? Well, Allah Ta'ala says لِيَقُومَ النَّاسُ بِالْقِسْطِ. First, that the people establish justice among each other. When it comes to iman, Allah Ta'ala, as it's attributed to Sayyidina Ali, إِنَّ اللَّهَ أَمَرَ عِبَادَهُ تَخْيِيرًا وَنَهَاهُمْ تَحْذِيرًا وَكَلَّفَهُمْ يَسِيرًا وَلَمْ يُكَلِّفْهُمْ عَسِيرًا وَأَعْطَى عَلَى الْقَلِيلِ كَثِيرًا لم يعصى طوعا، عفوا لم يعصى غلبا، ولم يطاع طوعا، عفوا أيضا غلبا. والله تعالى, I forgot the exact word that Sayyidina Ali allegedly said. Meaning, Allah Ta'ala ordered you to iman, called you to iman, and gave you that choice, that space. Make the call. Though it's His, subhanahu wa ta'ala, above you, you're not sovereign, you're not independent. وَنَهَاهُمْ تَحْذِيرًا, and He forbade you from not believing and doing bad things out of warning you. But He gave you want to do good, you want to do bad. وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا وَقَدْ خَابَ مَنْ دَسَّاهَا. If you do good, you'll succeed. If you do bad, you'll fail. Simple. But then Sayyidina Ali says, but he's not obeyed against his will, nor is he disobeyed against his will, subhanahu wa ta'ala. His will supersedes. So then when people then think, all right, what does that mean here? How come societies who we think they have shirk, no, they don't believe in Allah at all, for example, how come they have all these things? They have adl, they have justice, they have ihsan. And how come societies that call themselves Muslims, they don't? The problem is we thought that the rule of the dunya, or how to have a society that avoids the call of destruction or avoids destruction, we thought it was by mere theoretical beliefs. Versus Al-Quran Kareem tells us what? وَمَا كَانَ رَبُّكَ لِيُهْلِكَ الْقُرَى بِظُلْمٍ وَأَهْلُهَا مُصْلِحُونَ. Your Lord will not destroy cities because of injustice, because of dhulm, as long as the people are reforming. That's the rule. If you reform, as Al-Qurtubi said, Abu Su'ud said, and then Tabari, many of them said, if a nation is reforming and is trying to do good, as if the ayah they're saying is, Al-Qurtubi others, they're saying, as if the ayah is saying, that Iman plays no role here much. What plays the major role in nation building is justice. If you do justice, then you're following the law of Allah in nation building, and you will build a nation. As far as your Iman, you'll be judged in the Akhirah. You're called to it, but you're judged then. So hence they say, therefore, it is not unwarranted, it is not amazing that Allah Ta'ala grants that justice and prosperity to a community that doesn't believe in Allah, while the reform is moving and going on to be closer to justice, and Allah Ta'ala wills for destruction of communities and societies, even if they have belief and Iman in Allah, because there is no reforming movement in it against injustice. Simple as that. But you see how it is, sometimes when we hear An-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, sometimes we dwarf the deen into looks. You know how it is nowadays. You put something on your head like the one I'm putting here. I got it from Malaysia. I didn't even pay for it. Probably worth maybe $5-10 or something. You put something like that, you grow a beard, maybe you wear something like this, you get it from Morocco, or you get one of these shawls or one of these things. Or some people add few things to the set, whether it's a stick, whether it's a cane, whether it's a ring, whether it's the way they talk, the way they of course. He's the air of the holy see of the time. Now we don't have all these things because we have two things. These are our holy things: Al-Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and all of them are judged according to it. Well, anything, that's why when Sayyidina Imam Shafi'i radiallahu anhu came to Egypt, they told him, there are people who are flying on walking on the water, flying in the air. He says, okay, we'll see how they measure up against the Quran and Sunnah. If they do, that means they're okay. If they don't worry about them. Throw them away and walk the other direction. You fly anywhere you want. Come and try to fly in the seas of the Quran. Come and try to fly in the skies of the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That's a sky that has no limit. The skies that you're flying into, Habibi, has a limit. And the oceans that you're trying to walk on also have a limit. But the Quran is the bottomless ocean. Being a leader is being a leader and following Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam steps. Anyway, so many people, they want to dwarf that deen into rituals or things they do. Versus, طبعا النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم tells you what في الحديث صحيح مسلم, من لا يرحم لا يرحم. The one who does not offer mercy is not eligible for one. He did not tell you the Muslim one who doesn't offer mercy is ineligible, or the non-Muslim one is not eligible. No. بإطلاق. The one who does not offer others mercy is ineligible for Allah's mercy on him. Two words. من لا يرحم لا يرحم. Those who don't give mercy will not receive one. Simple. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you believe. What you believe and what you do, that's for the day of judgment. Allah will judge you on that. No problem. Don't think you're getting away. No, there's no getting away with anything. But the point is, Al-Quran Kareem wants to give us a way to live. Yani if you look at the Quran, there is the map to life in it. How do I navigate through this dunya and the akhirah? In the least damage possible, the least harm possible. In fact, in the most happiness possible. That I don't cause just damage to myself and others or collateral damage, but how can I actually attain happiness, not just in this dunya, but also in everlastingly in the hereafter? How do I live with the love of Allah forever on? Not just on a short period of time. Al-Quran Al-Kareem is a message to tell you, live your love. Don't you say you love Allah? And don't you say you love Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Live your love. Don't just talk about it. Live it. Once you live it, there's no more death. Because death is only now becomes a transition from one state of love to another state of love. There's no more annihilation in that sense. There is no more absolute termination in that sense. There's a transition from one phase to another, one stage to another. From dunya to barzakh, from barzakh to akhirah. And Allah is the Rabb of dunya wal barzakh wal akhirah. Like you see, so one of the things also attributed to Sayyidina Ali here, one of his governors when he was the fourth Khalifa, one of his governors, Uthman bin Hunayf, Sahabi Jaleel, Sayyidina Uthman. He's one of his governors on Basra. He was in charge of he was Wali al-Basra, the governor in charge of Basra. Allegedly, Sayyidina Ali tells him, "Balagani annaka qad du'id." I heard that someone invited you to a meal from the wealthy people of Basra. فَسَارَعْتَ, and you hurried up and accepted. And I'm amazed that you're hurrying up and accepting these kinds of invitations. What is Ali telling him? You know these people are not inviting you because your eyes are black and they're nice. No? We say in Arabic because you're sawad al-ain, because your ain is your eye is nice and black. Because the Arabs, they think the nice black eyes are the most beautiful. Huh? They're not basically telling him, they're not inviting you because your eyes are nice and black. They're not inviting you because he is inviting you because of your position. And then he says, "Fandur fi qadamak." He tells him, he says, check what you're chewing. If it has no shubha, if it's free of gray things, then chew on. Otherwise, you'll be chewing Jahannam. Today, when we look at the Muslim communities, and today here we're in America, we are a minority, and we have to contribute also as a minority. As a minority, American Muslims have a lot to contribute back to society, irrespective of how society is, but society in general is a good society. So people in general are good people. Yani Al-Quran Kareem tells us in many ways that the leaders or the people, regardless, don't come from Mars, yani in that sense. They're from you. They come from you. Leaders emerge from the people. They're a product of the environment of people. If there is a conscientiousness in the people to change, to do positive contribution, guess what? There will be leaders like that, right? Hadith is ضعيف جدا actually. لكن عن أبي بكر كما تكونون يولى عليكم, as you are, you will have people who lead you. Hadith is weak, لكن it has شاهد في القرآن الكريم. Allah Ta'ala يولي الظالم بعض الظالمين بعض. The ظالمين will be heads of each other. Same. So instead of people complaining about the sky, the heavens always, and they blame heavens, how come we have these bad leaders? He's Mr. 10%, the other guy is Mr. 50%, one guy is Mr. 100%. Now because of inflation, they're going to 100%. There's nothing left for the people to eat. Huh? And everybody, because the treasury is pocket. So they complain, how come we have the corrupt people? The other people, they don't have Islam, but they don't have any corruption. They don't have this, but they have less corruption. They don't have that, but they have this. They don't have that, but they have. And then they, Ya Allah, why is that? Why us? Why you give it on us? Why is it on us? Why are you blaming heavens? Why are you blaming wahi sama yani? Why are you blaming heavens for things that you chose not to participate in, which is positive contribution? Maybe you haven't even chosen to be salih in and of yourself. You have chosen to be with the fasid or with the corrupt yourself. And now you want to come and say, I want to blame heavens for everything that's wrong in my society. Where is that from? Al-Quran Kareem is the answer to that. This ayah is the answer. So you don't blame heavens, because sometimes we just, let's blame, Ya Allah, why this is your decree. So he blames now. He says, Mu'min, I blame al-Qada wal-Qadar. Why are you blaming al-Qada wal-Qadar? Al-Qada wal-Qadar nafid. Anyway. Lakin why are you blaming yourself when Allah Ta'ala told you in the Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma biqawm. Hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim, which means Allah does not change the state of people until and unless they start to change themselves. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا كما أمر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له إرغاما لمن جحد به وكفر. أشهد أن سيدنا محمدا صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم الشفيع المشفع في المحشر. صل اللهم عليه وعلى آله. ما اتصلت عين بنظر وسمعت أذن بخبر. Before I finish, I want to just say something, because they asked me to talk about Medina is doing this Deen Academy for children, and because they want to ensure that we've done the Quran Academy, if you remember, those of you who put their children, but we're upgrading it to Deen Academy. Very structured, bringing top teachers for the kids. It's not babysitting or glorified kindergarten. It's actually, there's going to be proper teaching and structured teaching. And I think it's important for us, because part of also building that social conscientiousness and being part of the wholesome of Islam is to have our children also be part of it. So we decided, instead of doing a sort of a glamorized kindergarten sort of approach that we did, we want to do it right. So I think Brother Aslam will talk about it after that. But if you have children, please bring them and sign them up. I think they're doing an offer today, not because of anything, but because it's a service more than anything, so we can try to build a structured community, inshallah, from the beginning, from the get-go. Don't neglect the children, they're the most important. He's going to tell you it's about once a week, right? Or so. عباد الله اتقوا الله العظيم حق تقواه راقبوه مراقبة من يعلم ويعتقد بأنه يراه تزودوا من دنياكم لآخرتكم عملا يحبه ويرضى اعلموا أنه لا يضر وينفع ويعطي ويمنع ويصل ويقطع ويخفض ويرفع إلا الله واعلموا أن الله تعالى أمركم بأمر بدأ فيه بنفسه وثنى بملائكته قدسه قال تعالى ولم يزل قائلا عليما إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما صليت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد كما باركت على سيدنا إبراهيم وعلى آل سيدنا إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. One more thing before I go to the dua also. One of my senior shuyukh, Shaykh Abdullah Talidi, has passed away in Morocco. He was one of the last senior muhaddithin or hadith scholars left in the world. The real senior, I'm not talking about just beginner levels or medium level, high level. He died at age 91 just a couple of days ago. So also, the sign of the Day of Judgment is when scholars like that, of that caliber, I don't mean imams, I don't mean junior scholars, I don't mean medium level scholars, I mean giants, stars like that die. It's a sign of the Day of Judgment as well. And it's a sign of Yawm al-Qiyamah. So we ask Allah Ta'ala to give him mercy and to also protect all of us. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين أعلي يا مولانا كلمة الحق والدين اللهم من أراد بالإسلام والمسلمين خيرا فوفقه إليه من أراد بهم غير ذلك فهده يا ربنا سواء السبيل آتي أنفسنا تقواها زكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها اشف اللهم مرضانا عاف مبتلانا فك أسرانا ارحم موتانا اغفر لهم لنا ولوالدينا ومشايخنا ومن له حق علينا ولمن على الخير أعاننا وعن الشر أبعدنا ولمن أوصانا بالدعاء. Ya Allah, everyone who came to this house of yours on this blessed day of yours and this blessed hours of yours, Ya Rabbal Alameen, grant them forgiveness, Ya Allah. Bless their hearts, Ya Allah. Bless their homes, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Bless their children, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Bless them, protect them, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, put the light of Iman in their hearts. Ya Allah, everyone who came today, bless their rizq. Give them more of what they want in this dunya and much more in the akhirah, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ya Allah, keep us all steadfast on your deen and make our last days our best days and our best moments in the moment when we see you, Ya Allah, in the day of judgment. Allahumma اغفر لنا ولوالدينا ومشايخنا سائر المسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك يا ربنا سميع قريب مجيب للدعوات وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله عليه وسلم على سيدنا محمد وآله. أقم الصلاة.